Alright guys, boom boom boom, the Hope Meets Banter boys, we are back here to review the knockout games are gone. Sorry, what am I saying? The groups are gone.
The groups are gone.
And then there were 16. So let me just come out and say something. I'll have your views. This is, without a doubt, no argument, the best group stages of a World Cup that there has ever been.
Yes.
Yeah. As far back as my memory goes, I can't ever think of a game of a group where every group was just so tense apart from one.
Yeah,
and it was
Group
just
C.
Crappy.
Group C belonged in some of the other World Cups.
It's
like that was way out of place.
So,
it really was.
Okay, so for you guys, which group stood out for you as being like the group that you say, okay, this is the group that this was the best, most dramatic, most entertaining group out of all the other groups?
I know we're all going to agree. We're all going to agree.
I think so, yeah.
I mean,
it has to be Group B.
So you're all saying Group B?
I'm going to say Group B, definitely, yeah.
Because it had the two games,
Yeah.
which was either Portugal-Iran or Portugal-Spain, where you're like, it's the best game of the World Cup. So if they're both in the same...
But even Spain-Morocco was a very good game. I know it was on at the same time. So
No, that was a very good game.
It was.
I was watching both and it was like, ooh!
Yeah. He tells me, I was watching both of them.
It's crazy.
No, but for me, my argument was to be like, obviously the obvious answer is Group B. But I would say Group F has a strong argument. Because for me, like Group F for me,
the theatre.
Yeah, and also I think Group F had some of the most iconic moments in World Cup history. Neuer playing left wing. You know that at one point, Toni Kroos with one of the most clutch moments in World Cup history. That again, it didn't mean anything, but at the time was super clutch. Germany, Mexico, what happened to Mexico, and the fact that Sweden topped a group with flipping Germany and Mexico. So just that group just brought us so much excitement, and also we argue a lot about VAR. We talked about it on the podcast. I think that was a moment in football history. The VAR decision for the South Korea goal was like, boom, maybe this is the turning point in football history.
It was the moment I turned to Dev, not physically, it was in the WhatsApp group, and I just said, bruv, you got a point. You got a point. Like up until that point, I was like, fuck VAR. This is getting on my nerves. It's just delaying all the games. Everyone thinks they're in a TLC video. This is really getting on my nerves. Like literally everything. Like someone does that, but like ref. Do you know what I mean? It was like, but that moment there, I was like, nah, that was massive. Because we all know what would have happened if that was another World Cup. Germany would have had a clutch moment about a minute after that, won, gone through, and would have all been like, that's fucked up. Do you know what I mean? So like, that was the moment that I realised that VAR, all right, maybe it is necessary.
All right, so now let's look at this, and I'll get each of you guys to basically give it most impressive team. The team that was the third team that was the most impressive team for you out of all the teams groups.
I'm gonna go with, I think the most impressive team for me, I think Portugal. I've got to mention them because I think they've been sort of there or thereabout. I'm gonna go Croatia. I think watching Croatia, I've been really impressed with them. But at the same time as well, Uruguay, because they've got the job done. They've got a shit midfield and they've got the job done.
I don't know, man. That Torreira's, he's a baller.
Like 3 minutes of him playing.
Right, I ain't even seen him playing. But I know he's a baller.
To be fair though, even though their midfield isn't the best of midfields, they've got world-class players.
The defence,
you know,
that's going to win you a tournament.
I mean, maybe not so much
their
Cavani, but he's a world-class goal
on
scorer.
that day.
So like, Cavani, like, if that guy,
he's obsessed with missing.
If he could finish his dinner, he'd be like 22 stone.
This
dude can't eat. But like the amount of food that's in front of him, like, bruv, eat the food.
He still gets 30 goals a season.
Which is scary.
He should have 90. Bruv, he should have 90.
If he finished the goals that he should have, man, he'd literally be one of the greatest goal scorers of all time.
Eat your food, bruv.
I actually think he would actually be in the Messi-Ronaldo debate. If he finished every chance he gets, like literally,
remember,
he misses the goals.
Remember when you was kids, right, and you was at the dinner table, and your mum was like, eat your food. You couldn't leave the table to eat your food. He must have been there for time. Bruv, he must have been there for 2 days straight. He must have been at school like, where's Edison? Man's at the dinner table. He can't finish his dinner, bro. It's mad.
So you said most impressive team was?
I'm not going to say Croatia because I already knew about Croatia. For me, the team that impressed me the most, when I consider I didn't really know about them, I'm going to say Morocco. Because Morocco balled out and they were so unfortunate not to go through that group because they were probably in every game they played, they were the better team. They just one striker away from well, if they're Cavani, like, do you know what I mean? He might not be, but I reckon he would have put 2 or 3 of those away. They impressed me the way they played. Yeah, they were balling.
I'm gonna be honest with you. It was my Iranian brothers.
Yeah, they're good.
At the beginning, as we even said in our previews, no disrespect, we didn't really know much about the team as individuals and stuff like that. Man, they balled in this World Cup. Like, seriously, like when you actually think about it, there's always dog beef.
There's always dog beef in my film.
When you think about it, Iran was one clutch moment away from knocking Portugal out of the World Cup. And I know it was a difficult, like you said, it was a difficult chance. It wasn't like one of them chances where we can actually put the finger and be like, what were you doing?
Yeah.
But man, he's got to score that. Because if he scores that, Iran go through and
it was a difficult chance, man. It was.
But you're like,
you still.
Man, if he puts that weight, Iran knocked Portugal out of the World Cup and qualify for the next round. So for me, I think Iran and Mexico. Mexico surprised me. Mexico did. Because I remember we all said they'd finish bottom of that group. Not that we thought they were a bad team, but we thought they'd finish bottom of that group.
No, I didn't. I thought South Korea were going to finish bottom of the group.
I thought Korea were going to go through.
Because I think basically for me, most impressive team for me has to be Japan. Because nobody gave them a chance.
Yeah.
Literally, nobody gave them a chance.
Another team we all said would finish bottom.
Yeah, and also for me, like, they've played really good football. And a lot of guys got against me. I watched that Senegal-Japan game. Yes, I wanted the African sides to go through. But I think that Japan played better than Senegal in that game. And Japan's passing game, the way that they were able to be just very technical and use the guys, because they don't have the physical
but they're very
things,
fit.
but they're
very fit. They don't stop moving,
and they're very good at passes. I just thought they really impressed me the most, and I think they surprised everybody because their coach was only hired literally like a month before the World Cup started.
There's a few of those in this tournament. There's a few teams that have changed coaches between the qualifiers and the cup, which is
the only thing I'll say about Japan, and obviously like, I give them the credit. You're right. They definitely surprised us. They pulled out. I'll say with them though, there's a lot of circumstance involved. Like I feel like Colombia don't go down to 10 men in the 3rd minute, and they probably would have beat Japan. Japan would have gone home, and it would have just been.
But that was Japan's good play, because Japan's good play put themselves in a position where Sanchez had to use a handball.
He didn't really. He could have let it go in and just play 1-0 down. Like he didn't have to get himself.
That was their mistake.
Like I said, like I'm not taking anything away, but I feel Colombia win that game though.
Oh no, for sure. 11-11, they win the game.
You know what I mean? So like, not that they didn't impress me, but I just feel like there was a lot of circumstances
about Japan, and that Senegal game especially. That striker, I can't remember what his name is, Osaka.
Oh
man, he missed some chances.
Yeah.
He missed some. If Okazaki was on that play, he would have put those. Okazaki, Inouye is a baller. I did mention him in the previews. Inouye.
Devo Nui.
Devo Nui.
It was the jammiest control ever, but a wonderful finish against Senegal, because he didn't mean the control. It was the jammiest control level, but it ended up being the best setup.
Okay, so now let's look at
Sweden as well. Actually, I have to say Sweden in there as well, because nobody thought it was going to top the group.
It's huge. You know what I mean? Like, look, man, and also Ibrahimovic, man, get your ego the hell out of here, man.
You were right. He's selling credit cards now, man. He's good.
You were right.
Okay, so now let's move on. Most disappointing team.
Germany.
Gotta be Germany. But for me, you know what?
I don't know if I'm going to say disappointing, because I don't care.
It could have been anybody.
No, I mean, they were disappointing. They were very disappointing. But I would say for me, I said Poland, because for me, Poland were in a group. Poland were in a group where they really could have done something. Do you know what I mean?
You have got one of the best strikers in the world.
Ranked 8th in the world coming into the tournament.
Yeah, true.
They were shocking.
Very, very.
I mean, Germany won a game.
Yeah.
Albeit, you know, I mean, Poland won, but they were already out. Do you know what I mean? That game didn't really make a difference.
And the way that game ended as well.
Yeah.
The last 15 minutes.
But I think Germany had flashes of something. Poland were terrible.
No, they were bad all the way through.
But then I'm not sure if it was a stat from when it was at the Euros. They said Lewandowski did not have a shot on goal for the whole of the Euros. It was before it. So like, with Poland, if you stop Lewandowski, what are they going to do?
Well, the supporting cast is terrible.
Well, it's
when you look at
Zielinski's all right.
Zielinski's all right. Milik didn't even play.
No. I think Poland was just like, because I had hopes for them to do really well based on what they did in Euro 2016, but it just didn't click. Like they were just very, very disappointed. So okay, now
because I'm going to go a bit left field.
Okay.
I've been most disappointed with France. I know they're through.
Yeah.
I know they topped the group, but they've been a pile of dog shit.
Yep.
And
only 0-0 game. The only 0-0 game.
They're only through because their group was a pile of dog shit.
Le chien, that's French for dog. I don't know what shit is.
Le chien emoji poop. Because, like I said, like it sounds like I'm contradicting myself, but they're free drifty. What you took, but man, they
don't click, man.
Is Jose Mourinho in charge for a start, because they've got all those attacking players, and they're French, and they're not attacking. It's like, this is what
then they haven't
Mourinho does
peaked
to the
as well,
French
you know,
guys at
sometimes
United.
you can
Like,
peak.
Yeah, they could be dangerous.
So it might be that they're
they're never peaking.
straight through.
They're never peaking.
might
I
be.
wouldn't be surprised if
But
France
you know
go
when
out in the next round.
you know when you're beaten and you bust quick first time, second round you're ready. Bruv, that's France. That's France, bruv. They
Yeah, but
bust
you know
quick,
what
they're
the
ready to come
danger
back
is?
to do a
The
second
danger
round.
is the second time you go so long, it's like, this is pointless now. So they might never peak. You know what I'm saying? They peak too early.
They get into the penalty shootout, it's all 21-21.
You know what I mean? Like, nah, I'll be
This has to
disappointed,
done,
mate. You look at the talent that French team has. You look at like front to back on the bench, and you're like,
Deschamps, man.
this team
It's
should be
Deschamps, yeah.
balling out.
Deschamps is holding them up because I'm
It's
sorry,
like
like
midway through.
He
if you
shouldn't have been. He
have
shouldn't
like
have been in the job.
like
anyway.
Pogba, Mbappe, Griezmann, Dembele in your team, you should be playing
Giroud.
attack. Okay, Giroud. You should be playing fully attacking football and everything. No, they've just been part. Okay, so now let's talk about this huge new tech, VAR. It has pretty much defined this group stage because I think, for better or for worse, I think it has contributed to the drama and the excitement of the groups.
Massive, yeah.
Because the amount of penalties that they've been awarded,
Yeah.
that have been going. So, from this group stage, do you think VAR is good, bad, or you're undecided?
I was a fan of VAR before the tournament, like from watching Bundesliga a lot. I know, to be fair, people were upset with VAR in this tournament. In the Bundesliga, it's been terrible. Like the referees have not known what they're doing. There's been some calls in like it's been taking 3-4 minutes to sort it out. It's like, but you can see it right there. They've but at the end of the day, it still comes down to human error.
Yeah.
Because the VAR is literally just a video replay system. So it's up to the referee to look at it and go, oh no, sorry, missed that. It's actually a penalty, and it shouldn't have to take him 3 or 4 minutes. And that's where the problem comes in the length of time that's taken is disrupting the game. Once they get used to it,
Streamlining it, isn't it?
yeah, it's just like getting
It's
it,
new.
But I've heard people saying it shouldn't have been used in this tournament. It's too big a tournament. But as long as they're getting the decisions right, as we said with South Korea, I don't think it matters. If it does disrupt the flow of the game for a couple minutes, as long as the decision is right, I don't think it really matters.
I think the one thing I'm going to say of it, that I think with number one, it is new in a big stage like that. But the one thing I would like to see happen, see what the hell you're going to do. If you go for the VAR, but they continue playing, like then they wait for all to be out. What happens if the other team scores in that period of time?
That happened in Holland. The first game they used VAR in Holland in the Eredivisie was Feyenoord, and Feyenoord had scored. It wasn't given, and then they went down the other end, and I think it was Feyenoord had a penalty appeal. It wasn't given. The other team went down the other end and scored, and then when it went back, they said, "I'll have a look at the penalty." They gave the penalty. Feyenoord scored the penalty.
So that's what I
it
mean.
went nuts.
So they took away the
They
goal.
took away the goal. Yeah, they took away the goal
like that,
because the penalty happened before.
Yeah.
I think if they streamline it, I think like it's one of them things. Say for example, you're watching the Premier League and your team has a chance that you lose the game, you're fuming, and especially if you know you've been cheated. Whereas this takes it out.
It takes it out. Yeah.
So I think once they streamline it, but they need to do stuff. Another thing I want to see music for is diving as well. If you dive, they should be able to go back and go, right, that's a yellow card for you because the dive in this World Cup has pissed me off.
Oh yeah,
Like
Neymar.
something chronic.
It's like I said on our podcast. We live in 2018 where the Matrix is real. Minority Report is here.
iPad.
Why
baby.
has he not got even better a watch?
Yeah.
He should have a watch with
Apple
a screen
Watch, man.
about that big on his wrist, so he can see exactly what BBC, Sky, whatever's showing, and the linesman can keep an eye on it for a second. He just goes,
Why are you
fifth edition.
running to a bloody TV screen? That's
drama,
like
don't it? It's a drama.
Fifth official could have the thing on his
Yeah.
watch.
Or like he's got like a tablet in the back pocket, whip the tablet out if he's short-sighted or long-sighted, leaves a big screen. Do you know what I mean? Whip the tablet out, so he's
You
got
should not have a
bigger
blind
screen.
ref. That is against.
Do you know what I mean?
How was the game started?
Listen,
But
a
then-
lot of these refs must be because they miss a lot.
Like, the other thing was the Australia game with the penalty.
Yeah.
I still myself don't think it was a penalty.
It wasn't
Oh,
same.
yeah, no, that
same.
one, no.
But then what it was, they showed you a view that they got for VR, but they didn't show this view to the ref, which from a different angle, and you clearly saw the defender kick the ball and the ball changed direction.
Yeah.
So if you're using VR, use it properly.
Yeah.
Don't use it
No,
half.
but that
like,
was a
half-
penalty.
Yeah.
That was a
I
penalty.
don't think it was.
But there's been
But
times
that's
that
similar to the
because
Carlos Sanchez one.
Mascherano's
Carlos Sanchez
wasn't a
one.
penalty,
No, Mascherano's one. That
But
one
he
was.
gave it. He went to
that one
VAR
was.
and he
But you
gave
can't be
it.
putting your arms around someone like that. So I can see why the referee gave that one. But to go back to the Australia one, the reason why that was a penalty, he won the ball. Yes, he won the ball, but he played it into Griezmann's path. Griezmann was through on goal. His follow through took Griezmann out.
But
So
I
you
think
can't say, oh, he won the ball.
The touch was too heavy from Griezmann. I don't think he'd have got
He didn't touch it. The defender touched it.
Yeah, but
that's
then
what I'm saying.
so
But
then that should cancel because
no, because the defender touched it into his path. He
What
runs
about-
through on goal. He scores.
Okay,
The
what
defender
about
took him
what
out.
about Carlos Sanchez on Mane? same thing.
I didn't see that one.
Oh, Davinson Sanchez.
Yeah,
Hats off. I'm not gonna lie. I was part-time Senegal fan for the World Cup, and you know when you're like, yes, they've got a penalty, and then you realise not, and you're like, I don't want VAR to happen anymore. But the tackle was
Oh
the best
no!
tackle
It was a great tackle. But it's like I just thought it's similar to the Australian one, where like the Australian guy, he got the ball first, and the follow through just made the Griezmann. So,
but he played the ball into his path, so he kind of played him through on goal. If the ball would have went away that way, then yeah, it wouldn't have been a penalty. But he played him through.
I guess
and the follow through took him out.
The follow through for Sanchez completely took Mane out. But I guess because the ball had gone back the other way, it wasn't quite the same. Whereas you're right. If the ball's still there, Griezmann can still kick it at goal. So
I just wanted France to lose as well, to be fair.
All right, so just final general thoughts on this group stage, and like just your thoughts about it, like what stood out to you. What did you like most about it? Because I think for me, I just think that what surprised me the most is I think the gap between the big teams and the small teams has been shrinking.
Massively.
Apart from certain games.
Yeah, I think basically no team has come out and be like, whoa, this is the team to be feared. This, like literally, Morocco gave Spain a game.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
Iran gave those guys a game. Japan gave, so the gap between the big teams and the small teams have been very much small, which I think just shows that we've now gone away from the age where, man, I don't want anything to do with Ronaldo, Rivaldo. Step off, you go there, I don't want anything to do with you. Now, I'll invite Neymar and continue to tea, crumpets, whatever, because fine, But I think there's no one, I think that's the thing that struck me the most was like, there is no one to fear anymore. Which is what you used to see.
The attitude seems like it's changed as well, isn't it? The attitude's changed from the smaller teams, where they used to go there and used to be in awe. Now they're like, you know what, fuck it, get stuck in.
Yeah.
No fear.
You saw a lot of rough house tactics from the smaller teams as
well.
Panama. Oh my goodness.
Panama came playing the wrong
off the top rope. It was like some WWE business.
Exactly.
I'm not gonna lie. If I was an England player during that game, maybe say, because they kind of stopped doing it about half an hour in. But for that first half an hour, so if I was an England player, I would have actually been quite afraid for the rest of my career.
It's not just
because they man there looked like they were out to take lives.
Fucking pedigrees and stuff.
Like, he literally boxed Harry Kane in the back of his head.
Yeah, like it wasn't a joke.
Some pal driver.
Yeah, like it was like 2-foot. I was waiting for a 2-foot challenge where
rock
like
bottom,
the whole
bottom, around the hip. Like not even just around the hip, man. 2-foot him in the hip.
Do you know what? Is it just me before we wrap up the groups? I don't hear any crowd enthusiasm when goals are scored. Is it just me?
No, do you know anyone was? So. Panama, when they scored the goal, it's like they won the World Cup.
I don't understand what's going on because I'm hearing the crowd be hyped up throughout the whole of the game. But then the goal goes in and you don't really hear the celebrating.
I think because depending on the team, because I was going to say this about the fans actually, some of the fans have just been mental. Like the Colombians and Mexicans, like, it's been really good to see that everyone, and another thing is everyone feared Russia because of the racism and it's been great. There's been nothing going on, so like fingers crossed nothing happens.
I mean the people who come back might have some stories, but there's been nothing. But
you never know, if Russia get knocked out, then it might start. It might be like, all right, that's our cue.
I said it, man. When Uruguay beat Russia, I know they still went through, but it was the first moment I thought, imagine being one of those Uruguay players, man. Imagine, like, I'm not gonna lie, like I'm going to my hotel, I'm locking the door, and I don't even trust if the phone rings and they say it's room service. Like, you know what I mean? Like, I just want to get the hell out of here.
They just send Suarez down.
So it's got to be Goldin. He's a cyborg. Even if someone comes with a shotgun, he'll go through that.
Just take the shot and carry on walking.
It'll be like the Terminator,
Whoever actually knocks Russia out the tournament.
Yeah, no, that's what
it'll be Spain, isn't it?
Putin and the boys.
Give Riquelme a call. Tell him he's got a first-class tickets, caviar, free wine, free booze, free female escorts.
I saw him in the charity game the other day. Get Varane. You might as well call Almeida as well.
Yes,
bring it because they'll probably do more than this midfield.
It doesn't matter who they play. If Higuain is in the starting lineup, Argentina will lose.